friends, today I want to show you how to make this balloon snowflake. It's about 6 inches in size, and the only thing you need to make this is one white 260 balloon and a hand pump. So first of all, I'm going to inflate this balloon with 2 pumps of air and then slowly let a little bit of that air out so the balloon is nice and soft. Then I'm going to tie a knot at the very end of the nozzle and push the air right up against that. Next, I'm going to squeeze the entire length of the balloon, which will soften up the latex, making it much easier to create our twists. The snowflake is made up of 24 bubbles that are a little bit smaller than 1 inch in size or a little bit bigger than your thumb. To create a bubble, measure out that distance and then twist the balloon a couple times to hold that bubble in place. While holding onto that first bubble, make another bubble in the exact same way, making sure you always rotate your bubbles in the same direction. The most important thing to remember when making this snowflake is don't let go of the first bubble. If we let go of those first bubbles, the entire thing will unravel. So to help with that, if you put the first bubble between your ring and pinky finger, that will hold it in place and it'll keep it from unraveling as you continue to make bubbles down the line. If you found that tip helpful, boop the like button so YouTube knows to share it with others. Now let's keep making bubbles down the length of the balloon. And the more consistent you are with your bubbles now, the better your snowflake is going to look in the end. A helpful way to get that consistency is as you begin to twist that bubble, you can press on the air that's either in the remaining balloon or the air that's in the bubble and push the air back and forth until that bubble is exactly the size you want it to be before finishing off those couple twists. Now, as we get to the end of the balloon, we want to make sure we get 24 bubbles with a little bit of air remaining in the tail, because that gap between the last bubble and that tail will help us tie the ends together. So this is the 24th bubble, and everything past this is the tail that's remaining. So I'm going to take the nozzle end and wrap it between the last bubble and that tail and tie a knot. So I'll have a ring of 24 bubbles. Once I've got that knot tied, I'm then going to release the remaining air out of that tail. Now, if the tail is super taut because there's a lot of air in it, you risk it popping. So be very gentle when you nip the very end of that balloon to let the air out, because we want it to deflate and not pop. Once you've deflated the tail, we're then going to take that pair of scissors again and trim away the tail and the nozzle so we have a nice clean joint between all of our bubbles. From the knot, I'm going to count 3 bubbles and bring those together so the twist after that third bubble and the knot touch each other and twist them around a couple times. This will create the first arm of our snowflake. Between each arm, I'm going to leave a single bubble. So leave 1 bubble and then count 3 more bubbles past that. Bring those 3 bubbles together just like we did the first and twist them around. And this will be the pattern of our snowflake. So you'll have an arm, a single bubble, and another arm of 3 bubbles. I'm going to keep doing this all the way around, making sure that I hold those first couple arms down flat to the table so they don't accidentally unravel on me. In total, the snowflake will have 6 arms, and once you've got all of those twisted in place, you'll then want to go around and rotate them back and forth until they lay nice and flat. These make great accents on balloon designs, or you can make a bunch of these and hang them with some fishing line from the ceiling for a fun snowfall effect. If you enjoyed this project, you should check out this video next. Until then, I'll see you later!